Um, Hello guys, JFM Studios here to give you a surprise video. This video I was not expecting to do earlier this week, but apparently I have to do it because this is about somebody who I've looked up to in the past year or so. He's been an influence, but who knows what will happen. Who knows what his status will be in JFM Studios. I'm talking about Chris Savino, the creator of The Loud House, a show that I've been watching for the past year and a show that I love. But on Tuesday, whatchamacallit, the online site Cartoon Brew reported that Chris Savino has been charged of or suspended by Nickelodeon for sexual harassment. 12 different women came forward in Nickelodeon saying that he, sexually harassed them and junk throughout the years. And it's all because of this Me Too phenomenon, the hashtag, which I have no problem with. That's a good, movement. Very good movement. It's all because of Harvey Weinstein and his creepy ass. But but hey, this is this is the result of it. Somebody else has been caught, and that guy has been Chris Savino, a guy who I've looked up to, and not many people looked up to, and we're surprised. A lot of us in the Loud House fandom are surprised by this, and of course, when I first heard it on Tumblr, I denied it, completely, saying that, oh, this isn't true. This can't be true. This is some sort of rumor. Somebody's trying to defame him just because of some backstage drama or something like that, or somebody's getting paid off. I'm trying to be, I was in total denial. But this one woman on Twitter, who is the director of that show, BoJack Horseman, I forgot her name, Ann Walker. I should have said. I don't know. I'm not a reporter or anything. I'll just call her Ann. But she made some cryptic messages saying that, yeah, there's certain somebody who works on Nickelodeon who has his own show, harassed me 15 years ago, and I didn't say anything. And I'm like, wow, really? So she confirmed it was Chris Savino, and I'm like, wow, oh my gosh, this is not looking good for him. So I'm like, I don't know. It's hard for me to speak in this video because this is I'm just surprised, and I don't have I usually have notes and a script with me, but I'm not good at this. But I feel like I have to talk about this. But yeah, today it's been reported that he's been fired by Nickelodeon, and he deactivated his social media. He's out of Instagram, both of his pages. He's off Facebook and junk like that. And I'm like, wow, he really is guilty if he got rid of those social media stuff. So I just can't believe it. I don't know. I'm probably a bad guy for denying it in the first place. But I don't know. I know a lot of people in the fandom is glad that he's gone. Even some kind of knew that he had some sort of weird vibe because of his work on his adult comic that he made back in the day, called the Misadventure, or the Complex Adventures of Eddie Puss, which is a little strip that he made for adults, which is all about an anthropomorphic boy cat who has the hots for his mom. And, you get the title, Eddie Puss, Oedipus. So, yeah, that's, I thought that, when I first heard about, him drawing that comic, I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was, a very creative concept, and to me, if you ask me, it's totally fine to make incest a form of comedy if it's for, like, adults. Especially if you're working with anthropomorphic characters. Because if it's with actual human characters, then it comes off with, it gets a little creepy, But with with simple looking characters, or like I say, anthropomorphic characters, pretty much anything goes as long as it's for adults. Like look at Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons. They get maimed and tortured, and mostly Scratchy, but he gets tortured and killed, and there's lots of gore in that little cartoon within a cartoon. But you don't see that happening to any of the Simpsons characters because that would come off as disturbing. So you have to use that form of comedy to even more simple looking characters like animal characters, or even very simplistic looking characters like you find on Cyanide and Happiness. That's when I believe anything goes in that form of comedy. South Park is another example where anything goes and it's totally fine. But yeah, just basing that, just pretty much people are saying that if you do adult humor, pretty much you're a bad guy in real life. That's not the case at all. It has nothing to do with that. I take it personally because I have a comic strip on the side that I work on called Uncle Link. It's about Link from Legend of Zelda. He is the uncle of these two twin black mage babies. Again, they're not human looking, but the whole shtick of the comic is that he makes their lives a living hell. Like he breaks their toys. He he messes with them. He doesn't do anything too harsh, but he likes to throw like a bee's nest at them. Kind of like hoodlum stuff. I know a lot of people are not gonna think that's funny, but I think it's funny, and it is for adults, But that doesn't mean I want to harm kids in real life. No, not at all. So we got to separate art with the artist, and The Loud House is an example. We have to keep liking this show, no matter who created it. So yeah, I have several pictures of him that I found online. Mr. Savino, yep, that's him. Smiling with fans and junk, even. It's kind of weird to see it now, but he's like having his arms around a woman, who works at Nickelodeon. I'm like, oh man, I wonder what he did to her. Oh, jeez. I don't know. I mean, for the girls out there, I feel you. I said one time that women have it harder than men in this life. And, I stand by it. It is, I am not lying. I'm not trying to get any points. It's what I truly believe. In life, women have it harder than men. So yeah, sexual harassment, it can happen to anybody, but it mostly happens to women. Which is something that I cannot fathom to do. Or think of, why would anybody want to, harass somebody? Or just do something sexual without their consent. And I'm like, no matter what happens, I cannot fathom to actually touch somebody without their permission, or show or take pictures of my junk and send it to them. That's the most stupidest thing a guy can do. Take pictures of their junk and send it to a girl saying, "Oh yeah, this will turn them on." It never happens. It never works. Guys, you gotta stop doing that shit. It's stupid. But I don't know. I'm sorry for that. But still, I have mixed feelings on this. Of course, I'm glad that the women came out. They came forward to this, and Savino got what he deserved. But at the same time, I wonder what's going to happen to him. Like, he has a comic coming out, a little graphic novel that he worked on. A 60-page comic in full color called Bigfoot and Gray on the Run. And I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? Are they going to pull that comic off the shelf, off of Amazon? It's never going to see the light of day? What about the Loud House movie that he was writing? Is that going to be canceled? Oh man, just thinking about that comic. I know, I know from experience, a 60-page comic in full color is hard work. And it's all that work gone. That's the cartoonist side of me saying that, oh, damn it. Such a shame. That's a tough break. But, the human side of me is like, that's what happens when you do junk like that. So yeah, right now, a lot of people a lot of fans on Tumblr are like sad. So some are happy about this. Some are even making jokes, like JCM. Come on, dude. Nothing serious with this dude, but still, I don't know. This is so surreal. I've been looking through Instagram, seeing what the other people, the other staffers think about this. Of course, none of them said anything about it. Well, of course, Chris Savino, he got rid of his account. I'm now following his wife, Beth Savino, which I wonder if she'll change her name, because recent pictures of her, I'm looking at her right now. She has very short hair, has a pixie haircut, dyed it purple. And I'm like, and this was like 5 days ago, and I'm like thinking, yeah, this is the I'm getting a divorce haircut. Yeah. So I'm following her, seeing what she has to say about this, if she's gonna say anything. I don't blame her if she wants to ignore it. But yeah, it says here on her description, lover of life, my sons, food, great shoes, red lips, and my business. So yeah, no mentioning of Chris. She must have changed it. This is surreal. This is a surreal feeling. I haven't felt this way since the presidential election last year, where something weird happens and then I see people around me just unraveling. It's an awkward feeling, to say the least. But yeah, since I kind of looked up to this guy, I'm kind of confused on what to do, because I was about to draw him for my Jeff and Taylor Volume 5 Great Inspirations page. So that's canceled. I'm not going to draw him. I'm going to draw somebody else, of course. So that leads me to the what you call it? My wall, my anniversary picture of of the collage of my influences, my online friends and rivals. There's Chris Savino right there, next to Tom Preston, one of my rivals, but I think Mr. Savino will turn into a rival now, which is sad, but it is what it is. I could use more rivals to motivate me on what not to do. Of course, not sexually harassing women is common sense. But still, it's just a grim reminder of how the Hollywood industry can be, which I'm glad I'm not living there. No matter how much money I get, no matter how famous I get, I still would like to stay out of that Hollywood circle. It would be nice to visit and work there for like a couple weeks at a time, but I prefer to stay at a small town, either here or somewhere in Montana. But yeah, that's an industry that is kind of toxic, depending on who you talk to. And of course, I'm glad that Harvey Weinstein, fell off his high and mighty throne. It's so weird, man. I thought whenever sexual harassment allegations happen and people get fired, I thought it was funny. I would laugh when it happened to Bill O'Reilly, Roger Ailes, Harvey Weinstein, and even Skylar Page, the guy who created Clarence. But now that it happens to a guy that I like, I'm like, really? This happened to happen? Oh man, that's what happens, man. It's usually the people you least expect. So yeah, about Skylar Page, man. When I first heard about that, I'm like, yeah. I don't know who Skylar Page is. I've only seen pictures of his cartoon Clarence, which is a dumb looking cartoon. So yeah, I'm glad he got ousted. But now, oh boy. Oh, I'm such a hypocrite. I don't know. I don't know what I am. I'm just confused right now. But I don't know. So a part of me still wants to meet him, just show him my comic and see what he thinks. But then another part of me is like, just forget about him. But still, all that work gone over something simple, sexual harassment, something that most of the people on Earth know it's wrong, but because I guess Mr. Savino was overconfident and power hungry, he he thought it was necessary. Or maybe he was taught by somebody else when he was younger. I don't know. I'm not here to make excuses. But like I said, it is part of the Hollywood industry. And thanks to the Me Too campaign, we're making Hollywood a much better place. So, yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. I am disappointed this happened. I still like Loud House. I do. But now that all this has happened, I'm gonna take a break from Loud House for a while. I'm not gonna draw any fan art. I'm not, I don't know. I just need to get away from it for a while. Also, I gotta focus on my own stuff. I have my own dreams too. I know how hard it is to make a comic, and I have to have my comic is my baby, and it has to have my full attention. So, yeah, forgive me for not making any new Loud House stuff. But yeah, I am kind of upset and disappointed this all happened. But like I said, mixed feelings. It just makes me wonder who's next. Yeah, I hope it's not anybody else I like a famous boxer or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say. If you're wondering who will take over with the show, I'm willing to bet it'll be Kyla Marshall, considering that he directed one of the episodes, and hence his experience, he's going to direct the rest of the episodes. Don't be surprised of on the rest of the seasons for season 2 and season 3, a little bit of season 3, you will see Chris Savino's name under in the credits as director. So he directed those episodes early, so I guess they have to credit him unless they give him the Chris Benoit treatment that WWE gave him. Chris Benoit, he killed his wife and kid and then killed himself, and then WWE found out about it, and then they just deleted him from history. Makes me wonder if Nickelodeon deleted his Chris Savino's interview, then yeah, that's a telltale sign. Right there, they're giving him the Benoit treatment. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry for this, but yeah, I'm all quiet and junk. I have to work. I have a commission to finish, and Inktober and junk, and I have to I'll edit this video and pop it up there as fast as I can. So I gotta work. So yeah, that's it. Mr. Savino was an influence of mine, but right now, I guess he's just a rival. He's a person who I do not want to be like. And he's now in the realm of Chris Chan and Tim Buckley and Tom Preston. He's one of those creepy dudes. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's all surreal. So yeah, to the rest of my Loud House friends, sorry that I'm not going to be part of a fandom for a while. I might come back, I might not, but I'll see you guys in another video, regardless, real soon. JFM out. Goodbye.
Well, it was a good ride while it lasted. Come on, kids. Let's go home.
We are home.
that was fast.